So I just racked up a tasty 5-piece in ranked mode with evil twins in Master Duel. Lost the streak at 6, but they still got me to Plat 2. We're almost at the top, baby!
Yeah, baby.
Who knew VTubing devil babes were so powerful? Let me tell you, these girls are bad. We're making Duelist Scoop before we even set up our end board. That's how busted this deck is.
I could have set Cross out just in case he has Ghost Bell.
Okay, that works too. Thanks for the easy victory, man. Let me get into Plat 2 real quick. The scariest part about this strat is that it hasn't even realized its fullest potential in Master Duel. We're actually missing some cards. Evil Twins Trouble Sunny is the newest boss monster that dropped in a recent core booster set here in the TCG, and it takes this deck to an even higher level. Unfortunately, it's not in Master Duel just yet, but that doesn't mean the twins are bad. I mean, they're bad, like they're villains and everything, but they're also Michael Jackson bad, you know? If you summon either of these Jewel Thieves while the other is on the board, you get different effects. Evil Twin Kisa Kill draws you an extra card, while Leela destroys a card on the field, which goes hand in hand with the strategy I'm going to show you in today's video involving the legendary artifact Scythe. The whole idea being we lock our opponent out of their extra deck, preventing them from summoning big monsters on their turn. If you're new to combo decks, this is a really fun one to try. I'll have the deck list at the end of the video if you'd like to give it a shot, but let's see what these girls can do in a duel. Before jumping into this duel and breaking it down, give me some feedback in the comments, guys. I am really trying to break through the algorithm and get into the Yu-Gi-Oh niche, so I want to make these videos the best I possibly can. When watching these duels, do you prefer a live commentary, or do you prefer something more like this, where I commentate on it after the fact, or do you prefer no commentary at all, and just music? Let me know, guys. I'd really appreciate it. But getting into this first duel, we are going up against Prank Kids, and I was super hyped for this duel, mostly because I've never played Prank Kids before, but from everything I've seen, they are incredibly strong. It's basically one-card combos all around. You summon one monster, and you can pretty much go full combo. At least that's what it looks like. Like I said, I've never played it, but I mean, every time a monster gets used as link or fusion material, they can either summon a buddy or they search a card. Just the deck's ability to combo off is pretty insane. As you saw, I tried to Ghost Bell one of their plays, but it really didn't matter. They're able to play right through it. A little bit of burn damage there. And I think a lot of it comes from the field spell, the Prank Kids Palace. And I'm going to try to get that off the board during my turn, as you'll see here in a second, unsuccessfully. But as they summon their dog, we're going to pass turn back to us, and we're going to see if we can get our combo started. So we drew our combo starter, but I don't know if they're sitting on Ash. And this is pretty typical when I play live twins, evil twins. I want to bait out the Ash Blossom because we do a lot of searching in this deck. So the first card we're going to play is the Secret Passcode, and this is going to search out a spell. I'm basically trying to bait out any potential Ash Blossoms. I'm already sitting on the spell I wanted. So we play the Sunny Snitch to search out another live twin. 2 plays and I haven't been ashed, so I think we're safe to go. We summon out Kisa Kill, which is going to bring out Leela from the deck. And using Leela, we go into our first Link summon, Link Disciple. Devotee comes later, actually. And I actually just picked up this combo. I can't take credit for it. Shout out to somebody who wrote this article on TCG Player. It's where I picked up the combo. It's super powerful. I should probably get the guy's name. Anyway, since we Link summoned, we're able to bring out our Parallel Exceed. Using one of them, we go into Link Devotee. And using Disciple's effect, we tribute Devotee, recycling our hand, and then summoning out 2 Link tokens. And this is going to help us go into our full combo here. Using the Disciple and one of the tokens, we're going to go into Artifact Dagda, and this is the big play of the turn. This is what's going to facilitate getting Scythe on the board and stopping our opponent from summoning from their extra deck on their turn. Here we're going to summon out our first evil twin, Kisa Kill, and using Kisa Kill's effect, that's going to trigger the Dagda, setting the Scythe directly from the deck. Looked like there was a bit of a skip in the footage there. But there goes the Scythe, and Kisa Kill is going to summon back the Leela from the grave. Using both Leela and Kisa Kill, we go into the evil twin, Leela. Both of the evil twins share the effect where they can bring their sister back from the grave if they're both in there. But this man pops the twin twisters on me. He gets rid of my Scythe before I can use it. It's a bit of a setback, but nothing we can't overcome. Leela brings Kisa Kill back from the grave. We draw 1 using Kisa Kill's effect, and this is all the attack points that we can muster for the turn. When we summoned out Link Devotee, it limited our Link summons. We can only do 2 and below. It's kind of a huge restriction, but it's not that big of a deal for our deck because we're only summoning Link 2s this turn. One more Link 2 play. We're going to go into Nightmare Phoenix and try to pop this man's field spell, but he's sitting on the Gamma. This guy had all the interruptions he needed, so he negates my Phoenix, destroying it. Kind of sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. Phoenix was not an essential part of the combo. I just wanted that field spell off the board. We're going to play our own field spell and set Forbidden Chalice. In the end phase, the field spell is going to put Alila back into our deck. And this field spell is cool because it can negate attacks when you've got the Evil Twins on the board. So they're going to summon out a monster. I'm going to use Kisakill's quick effect, bringing Leela back. This is our plan B. We pop Dagda, which is going to summon Scythe back from the graveyard, and it's as if we just popped Scythe on our opponent's turn. They are now locked out of their extra deck, and they have no more plays. They try to attack Scythe. I use the field spell to negate that attack, tributing my Kisakill. This is going to trigger Leela, bringing Kisakill back onto the field, letting me draw one card, and they scoop after that, knowing that I'm probably going to go into Access Code or some other large Link 4 play. They had nothing. That Scythe locked them out of everything they were trying to do. Let's move on to the next duel. For this one, we are going up against everybody's favorite deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Eldritch. I never get tired of seeing this in ranked mode. Unfortunately, once again, we are going second, so we don't get to establish our board. We got to watch them combo off. They're going to start with Cursed Eldland, adding a trap to their hand, and then they're going to set 3 back row and pass turn back to us. I was actually really surprised at Evil Twins' ability to succeed going second. Between these two duels, we went second on both of these, and we actually did really well. But they're going to summon out the big man himself in our standby phase. We're going to try to start our combo. They ash us immediately, but it's not a big deal because we're sitting on Crossout Designator. I get a lot of comments in my videos asking me, what's the point of Crossout Designator? Like, why do you run that card? This is why we run Crossout Designator. It's so that you can negate the Ash Blossoms and make sure your searches go through. This man chained his trap card though, destroying my Leela, but that's actually not a big deal. Because we negated the Ash Blossom, Leela is going to special summon Kisakill from the deck, and since I control no other monsters, Kisakill is going to bring out another Leela. It's like I didn't lose anything. I'm loving Evil Twins, man. They're so good. We're going into our first Link play, Evil Twin, Kisakill. She's going to bring the Leela back from the grave, and then, as per usual, we're going to go into Evil Twin Leela. It's always weird seeing us go into a Link 2 play using a Link 2 monster. You'd think we're going to link up, but this is the only way the combo works. Leela brings back Kisakill, which is going to let us draw one card, which ended up being Leela Treat. That's a free special summon. So we put her on the board, and we go into Nightmare Unicorn. Using Unicorn, we're going to we're just going to send the Eldritch back into the deck. Bouncing would be back to the hand, but that's no longer an issue. We're going to set the Chalice and then go into battle, taking out the trap monsters, swinging at their life points directly with Leela, and we pass turn after that. Did I mention I set the Chalice? I think I did. But on their turn, they're going to try to activate Ice Dragon's Prison, an absolutely amazing trap card. It's the first time I've seen anybody use it in Master Duel. Actually, they're going to try to target Kisakill and summon it to their side of the field, but since Leela's effect is a quick effect, I get to pull Kisakill out of the grave before the prison goes through. Prison has no target, and I get Kisakill, letting me draw one. They're going to banish a trap from their grave, setting another one onto the field, and using Cursed Eldland, they're going to pull another Eldritch from the deck, using his effect to send my Unicorn to the graveyard and special summoning him back. You guys know how Eldritch works. It's a very, very high skill strategy. It takes a lot of big brains to play Eldritch. There's that 3,500 body, and I guess in hindsight, I really just should be thankful that this man wasn't sitting on skill drain in that back row, and lo and behold, they attack into Leela, which is perfect. I haven't used Kisakill's graveyard recovery effect yet, so Leela gets destroyed. We banish the treat to lower Eldritch's attack points, we summon back the Leela, and we pop that middle back row card, which ended up being Solemn Judgment, huge destruction. We draw Crossout Designator, but it really doesn't matter because our opponent decided to scoop. I guess just like the last guy, they figured we were going to go into Access Code Talker or another big Link 4 play and just ruin their day. So they ruined their own day for us. But that is the power of Evil Twins, guys. We didn't even have to pull out the Scythe Lock on that one. Once Trouble Sunny drops in this game, Evil Twins are coming for the meta. Mark my words. Let's move over to the deck list and see what we're working with. All right, moving on over to our deck list here, we're going to switch over to some live comms. For our deck, we're going to start off with our 2 copies of Max C. I prefer to run 2 because 3 tends to get a little bit bricky for me. If you want to run 3, that is totally your prerogative. You can do so if you like. Personally, I like it at 2. After that, 3 copies of Live Twin Kisa Kill and Live Twin Leela. Absolutely must run 3 of these girls. They are your combo starters. Without them, the deck does not work. After that, 1 copy of Leela Treat and 1 copy of Kisa Kill Frost. These are kind of alternate versions of the Live Twins, but they're a free special summon if you've got the other one on the board. So, for example, if you've got a Leela monster on the board, you can special summon Frost for free, vice versa for Treat. Next, we're running 1 copy of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. You can run more than 1 if you want. I've just got the 1 in here as a target for Crossout Designator, as you saw in that last duel. Also, because I don't have the other 2 copies, this is the one I got out of that pack from the store. But if you want to run more than 1, you totally can. Next, 3 copies of Backup Secretary. This is a free special summon if you control a Cyburst monster. It's just another way to extend your combo and keep your plays going. 1 copy of Ghost Bell and Haunted. Again, same purpose as Ash Blossom. It's a crossout target, and you can also negate your opponent's graveyard effects with it. Very powerful hand trap. 1 copy of Artifact Scythe. This is what's going to lock your opponent out of their extra deck. We're just running 1 copy because 1, it's an Ultra, and I don't have the crafting points, as you can see, to make more. And besides that, you also just want to keep it in the deck because Dagda can't set it to your field if it's in your hand. So you want to keep it in your deck. 1 copy is just fine. After that, 3 copies of Parallel Exceed, just like your Backup Secretary. This is a free special summon when you make your link plays. 1 copy of Evil Twins, Kisa Kill, and Leela. This is one of the big boss monsters for the Evil Twin strategy. It's an interesting special summon because you get it on the board by tributing 2 Link monsters. So if you can get both Evil Twins on the board, tribute both of them, and this monster hits the board with 4,400 attack. It's pretty insane. And it's got a crazy effect where if your opponent controls more than 2 cards, they have to send cards to the graveyard, so they just equal 2. So it's a really good board breaker and equalizer for later in the duel. 1 copy of Space Rock. Nibiru eats this deck for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is 100% a crossout designator target. There's just 1 in the deck because we do not want to see it in our hand. We want to use crossout designator against Nibirus that get played against us because if this deck gets nibbed, it's pretty much game over at that point. 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster to take out back row. 2 copies of Cynet Mining. Because our Live Twins are Cyburst monsters, you can easily search them out with Mining. It's very helpful. 2 copies of Secret Password. I would run this at 3. Again, it's an Ultra, so I don't have the crafting points for it. I would definitely recommend running this at 3, though. It searches out your Live Twin spells, traps, and the big boss monster. 1 copy of the Field Spell, Live Twin Channel, if useful. 3 copies of Sunny's Snitch. This is going to search out your Live Twins if you don't open with them. 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice, very powerful tech card. You can negate a monster effect on the field that you don't want to deal with. It's very helpful. 1 copy of Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Crossout Designator to protect against hand traps. 2 copies of Live Twin Home. This is kind of an extending play. If you run out of plays, you can special summon a Live Twin from the deck. The only drawback is that you're locked into summoning Evil Twins from the extra deck, so you want to be kind of careful when you use this card, but it can get you out of trouble. And rounding out the main deck, we have 3 copies of Broken Line. I love this trap card. If you missed my video talking about underrated rare cards that you want to build for your deck, both Broken Line and Forbidden Chalice are in that, and I talk about Broken Line in more detail in that video. Moving on to the extra deck, 1 copy of Link Disciple, 1 copy of Link Devotee to facilitate that combo as you saw, 1 copy of Salamangrate, All Mirage just to get the Cyburst monsters off the board if you need, 1 copy Nightmare Cerberus, 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix, and 1 copy of Artifact Dagda to get that Scythe play going, 2 copies of Evil Twin, Kisa Kill, 2 copies of Evil Twin Leela, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax, amazing boss monster. If you can get this guy in your deck, I recommend it because it's really powerful. It's hard to get this guy off the board. Anything that tries to swing over it is probably going to get destroyed. 1 copy Unchained Abomination, and of course the big man himself, Access Code Talker, rounds out our extra deck. And you might notice that the extra deck is sitting at 14 instead of 15. If you want to have a full extra deck, I would recommend 1 more Evil Twin Kisa Kill. I just haven't crafted it or put her in the deck. But once Trouble Sunny drops, I'm going to be replacing several of these cards. I may or may not go through an updated version of the deck at that point. But for now, that is the Live Twin deck that I am rolling with. Hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. But either way, drop a comment and give me some feedback on the videos, guys. I'm really curious how you're liking the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content. I'll see you in the next one, though. Peace!